Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a little off-trail hike over from Bat Cave up to Mount Lincoln. That little cave you saw just back there is Bat Cave. This is actually my second time recording this voiceover, because the first time I referred to the mountain as Mount Mitchell, which is totally on the other side of the refuge, thanks to one of my commenters for pointing that out. So I thought I'd just re-record the voiceover with the correct name of the mountain. So as you see here, it looks like I'm following a trail. This really isn't an official trail. It's just kind of a game trail, and I very quickly end up leaving it. So on the way back from this hike, I actually just followed the ridge from Bat Cave all the way up Bat Cave Peak and then over to Mount Lincoln. That is a much easier route, but for the way out there, when I did this hike, I ended up staying kind of below the ridge on the south edge of the ridge, because the winds were coming from the north and they were really, really strong yesterday when I was doing this hike. So for that reason, I kind of tried to stay below the ridge for part of it. And then when I finally got up on the ridge, it wasn't quite as bad. But so just kind of making my way through all this brush and trying to follow game trails where I can. There's a lot of game trails in the Wichitas. It's can be really easy to find them and follow them. I'll jump there. You just have to kind of be aware of they might not take you exactly where you want to go, so you got to be prepared to leave them. And also sometimes just with off-trail hiking, sometimes you have to be prepared to just turn around, go back, find another route. So this is a cool little spot. It's kind of like stairs going down this little finger of the ridge. Reminds me a little bit of Knife's Edge on Katahdin in Maine. But up ahead of me there, you can see that's Bat Cave Peak. So this was a fun hike. There's a lot of cool stuff out here to explore. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's not too bad. It's about 4 miles round trip from the Bat Cave Trail parking area out to Mount Lincoln and back. Lots of little caves and things like that to explore. So overall, really cool trek. I also saw some spots that look like people have camped out there. There is backcountry camping allowed in the Wichita Mountains, with a permit, of course. But some cool areas up there that would be really neat to camp in. Right now I'm heading up to the top of Bat Cave Peak. A little bit of scrambling on some of these rocks and boulders. You'll see later I did a little bit of rock climbing to get to the top of Mount Lincoln. But previously I've tried getting to Mount Lincoln via Elk Mountain, and it was definitely not easy. This last little section to get up Bat Cave Peak is interesting. There's some rocks here in this crack you can use as footholds and handholds. See, I'm trying to figure out like the best way to get up. But yeah, you just climb right up. Get up to the top here. Climb up on some more boulders. You gotta go up this little section here and hop across. The wind up here was brutal. I didn't really feel safe standing up, so I just kind of knelt, and I'm pointing there to where I started. But that's Bat Cave Peak. And now we're just making our way over to Mount Lincoln. I tried to include some of the clips that I thought were interesting or were kind of cool areas that I wanted to talk about. So today I'm using my chest mount for my GoPro, as opposed to my Elk Mountain video where I used the head mount. I think the head mount was just way too much movement. This video is also at about 2 times speed instead of the Elk Mountain video, which was 3 times speed. So I think that helped a lot as far as like being able to see. A lot of cactus up here. Definitely got to watch out for those. And another thing to watch out for, so I'm hiking this in January, but if you were hiking this in like the I would say, you know, mid-late spring to early fall. Definitely going to have to watch out for rattlesnakes. Those are a serious thing here. Not sure what this was. I found a bunch of random metal. Just some like scrap metal. No idea what it was from. So there's some rivets in it, but it's all broken apart. I didn't find any real big pieces or anything that had a logo or writing on it. I checked it out on the way back, and there was some plastic and stuff too, but couldn't figure out what it was from. A little cave there. But, you know, it was something interesting. You never know what you're going to find out here. So, and right now, so I'm at the point that I think is the peak. And as I stand up here, I just got angry because I've realized that this is not the peak. The peak is further on. And this section of the mountain kind of just ends in a cliff. So, yeah, that close. It actually took me quite a while to find this route. And I slowed the video down here and put some audio on so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. But this was a little bit more rock climbing than I was really comfortable with.
Drop.
I think it looks, I can't really tell if it looks smaller or bigger on video. This is only, I don't know, about 10 feet down. So probably not going to kill me if I fall, but definitely don't want to fall. I took my gloves off there so I get a little bit more grip on the rock. Don't exactly have chalk with me here. But, and you can't see much because the GoPro's on my chest and it's basically up against the wall the whole time. But there you go, made it down. And of course, gotta go back up. So that's just kind of the way it is sometimes with these, you know, climb down to climb up. And made it up the other side. Now I'm just going to climb over these last couple boulders to get to the top of Mount Lincoln. And there you have it. So some cool views up here. I really like this area. Nice clear day today. You can really see for quite a ways from up here. But yeah, just behind me is Elk Mountain. And now we just got to get back.
Gotta get back up.
So here's that cliff that I had to climb down. I chose a different spot to climb back up. This spot looks a little bit easier and a little bit more direct. But might not have been a great choice. We'll see that in a second. I'm by no means a rock climber. I did a little bit of climbing in middle school and high school, but I'm not a rock climber, nor am I wearing rock climbing shoes. I really was not prepared for this. At this point, I kind of figured out I couldn't go any further up that section. So I'm going to try to go around to this crack on the left side here. Found a good foothold, trying to find a good handhold. Couldn't really find anything, so I just kind of went for it. And then shoved my hand in that gap as quickly as I could because I was afraid of falling. But I didn't fall. I made it. I just kind of worked my way up this crevice. And there you go. We made it up. So a little touch and go there, but we made it. That's why I didn't go down that route. I looked at it and said, I shouldn't do that. And then going up is always easier than going down.
All right.
Just gotta hop up on this rock, and now we're done. All right, guys. So just got back to my car, and it occurred to me that I forgot to do an outro for that video, or an intro, really. So sorry about that. But so that was my off-trail route to Mount Mitchell. There's a lot of cliffs towards the end. I've tried hiking it from Elk Mountain too, but I think this is definitely the easier way of the two. Today is super, super windy. If you check my route, you'll see I went back a different way than I went in. I think the way that I came back, which is just along the ridge, is a little bit easier. But with the wind today, it was pretty rough. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, another off-trail hiking video. If you want to check out those peaks, go for it. Bat Cave Peak in Mount Mitchell. not a lot of people go up there. So see you later, guys.